Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the full review for this Motorola Edge 30 Ultra. And I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. As you can see, I was not feeling well. After Diwali, I don't know, for some reason in Hyderabad the pollution levels became so high and I had some outside work, fell sick again. So I've again be dividing this review between the pros and cons so that you have a good idea what do I feel about this device. And in fact, I won't go in a lot of areas about this device because I've covered that in the unboxing video, and in fact I had also actually posted a FAQ video around this one that answers a lot of questions that you guys were having. So we'll directly jump to the review in this one. So let's start with the pros. What are the good things that I liked about this device? Okay, the first thing is regarding the screen, guys. It's a POLED curved screen and it's actually 144 hertz screen, and I like the quality of the screen. It's very good punching, so great for watching videos and stuff. And outdoors also it goes enough bright that you don't have a problem. It's not the brightest like some of the Samsung's Flagship or the iPhone that go above 1500 nits, but it's decently visible that you don't have a problem. So it's a good quality screen, and I like that it's 144 hertz. Yes, you can go back to lower refresh rates or also keep it on auto. I feel auto works very well, but again, if you even force it to 144 hertz, because of the processor, you don't have any issues with this one. Okay, now coming to the looks and feels, again, this is a little bit subjective, but I would say in terms of looks and feels, Motorola has done actually a very good job. The back is actually matte glass, so it does not attract any fingerprints like many other smartphones. This is the Pixel 7 Pro. Again, as you can see, this attracts a lot of fingerprints. And also, this is slightly curved, so you might like it or not, but again, looks very stylish. And because it's actually a little bit curved, it's actually easier to hold in the hand, though it's a 6.67 inch screen. For example, this is the Pixel 7 Pro. And as you can see, a screen size, both of them are very similar, but this is definitely a wider phone to hold. So this is a little bit more comfortable to hold, I would say. Only nitpicking is that the fingerprint scanner is here at the bottom on this one. Sorry about that. The fingerprint scanner is here at the bottom, whereas I feel it's in more ergonomic position on the Pixel. So again, you get used to that after about 2-3 days on the phone. As you can see, fingerprint scanner was actually good on this one. Now coming to the performance, and again I would say this all comes down to two things. First thing is the processor used on this one. That's the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, and I've said it earlier also, this is the best goddamn processor released by Qualcomm after a long time. So it's a blazingly fast processor, handles anything you throw on it. And as it's a Motorola phone, again, as you notice, it's very close to stock Android experience that you're getting. No bloatware or anything, hence everything is very fast on this phone. And again, that 144 hertz make it even very fast. Again guys, just to note, I'm using the base variant that comes with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. Now Motorola has also released one more variant that is actually a 256GB variant that comes with 12GB of RAM. But again, even with this 8GB RAM variant, RAM management was never an issue on this one. So rest be assured, you really don't need that 12GB of RAM. Only upgrade to that 256GB if you feel that 128GB of storage is not enough for you. RAM, not an issue with this smartphone, I would say. RAM management has been done very well. It does not boot out the apps that are in memory and all those things, so that way it's very good and very fluid experience that you'll get. So in terms of UI and that end user polished experience, you are definitely getting with this one. And again, as I've told you, the fingerprint scanner is good, and it's again very close to stock Android that you are getting. Out of the box, it comes with Android 12. Android 13, it hasn't got it. It should be getting soon. And Motorola is promising next 3 years of Android upgrades and next 4 years of security updates. Again, that's an improvement if you notice from prior generations of Motorola smartphone, but again, not the best, because Samsung does offer actually 4 Android upgrades. This is offering 3 Android upgrades. Moving to the next one is, I also like the fact that apart from the regular stuff that you have close to stock Android, this also has that ready for wireless feature, so you can actually cast to televisions wirelessly or even computers if you have a laptop or something. Those features are there, and I also like that it still retains some of the Motorola specific features like twist to open the camera, that double chop and all this, and those actually work very well. Moving to the next thing is, this is regarding the battery life on this one. On paper, this is just having a 4610 milliampere battery, But man, because of the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor, and because it's close to stock Android, and this phone has been optimized very, very well. The battery life I'm getting on this one, I have to say, is one of the best among Android flagships, period. Yes, I'm not comparing it with phones that come with 6000 milliamp hour battery, but all the Android smartphones that come with around 5000 or less battery life, this has the best goddamn battery life that you can get. And in terms of screen on time, many people ask, I was getting anywhere from 6.5 hours of screen on time to about even 8 hours of screen on time. And at the end of the day, at night, at around 10:30, 11, I still mostly had 20 to 25% battery life left. So in terms of battery life, this is very good. For example, if I have to compare with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, that I was mostly hovering around 5 to 5.5 hours of screen on time with my typical usage. So this, in terms of battery life for a flagship Android phone, is excellent. 7.5 to 8 hours, that is not there for flagship. That is for mid-range smartphones. Yes, it is even better the battery life than this Pixel 7 Pro. So in terms of battery life, it's very good. Apart from that, the biggest thing I would say, I appreciate Motorola on this one. They're bundling this 125 watt charger in the box. You don't have to pay extra. This is actually a GAN charger, PD charger, so you can even charge your laptops with this one. So when I was using this phone, I was just carrying this charger, not even my laptop charger, and I was charging, and this charges so quickly. Let's say you forgot charging it at 9 morning, you just realize, okay, at 8:30, oh, I have to head out at 9:15. Just plug it in for 20-25 minutes and you're done. The charging is so good. Yes, the handset gets slightly warm when you charge, but again, guys, that's normal. In day-to-day usage, now if I talk about heating, I did not notice any major heating issues or anything, and I'm used to flagships. The Pixel 7 Pro heats up a lot more. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus heats up a lot more. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra heats up a lot more than this smartphone. And again, that comes down to the processor. The Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 is one of the most optimized, processor released by Qualcomm and in the last couple of years, period. So in terms of day-to-day usage also, you will not noticing any major heating. Yes, when you extensively use the phone and using the camera, the back gets slightly warm, but no heating that I've noticed. Coming down to the gaming, guys, I'm not a hardcore gamer, but you can definitely do gaming also on this smartphone, and I did not have any issues with it. I played Call of Duty and it played fine at even the highest setting. Again, comes down to the processor used on this one, Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. Okay, moving to the next thing is this is of course a 5G smartphone, and this supports 13 bands of 5G. And I'm happy to say, just about 1.5 weeks ago, I got an OT update on this one, which has actually enabled the 5G bands in India for this one. So with Airtel and Jio, if it's available in your area, you will get that 5G signal with them. So they have released that update on this one. So you don't have to worry about 5G on the smartphone. Next thing is regarding the call quality and proximity sensor, which is again very, very important. I don't know about you, but I still take a lot of calls like this on a smartphone, and the call quality on this smartphone was actually excellent. I would say very, very good, and even the network reception was among the best. Again, that comes down to the modem used on this one. Again, the modem that is paired with the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 is again one of the best modems used in the industry, and that shows in the results. The reception is very, very good on this one, and even in areas where you have low reception, this did not cut the calls, or the calls were not getting dropped. Also, the earpiece quality is excellent on this one, and I did not have any proximity sensor issues even on long calls with us. That is something I've started noticing on the Pixel 7 Pro, and I've also tweeted about it. I don't know if it's just my unit. I'm not having that proximity sensor issue on the Pixel 7, but on this Pixel 7 Pro with the longer calls, I'm having the proximity sensor issue. So that is not prevalent on this one. So if you're a business person, if you take a lot of calls, you will be happy with the network reception, call quality, and again, carrier aggregation and all those things are obviously supported on this one. And now let's talk about the camera on this one, because Motorola hyped it, and this was the first smartphone in the world that came with that 200 megapixel sensor that is made by Samsung. And next we also have ultra wide, that's again a 50 megapixel, and then we have a 2x zoom. And I would say, as you can see with the camera samples, the rear facing camera snaps from them actually come out good in variety of lighting conditions. As you can see, I've taken shots indoors, outdoors, mixed lighting conditions. Here I feel Motorola did actually a pretty good job in optimization of the camera from the rear facing camera. Motorola was very weak in this one. So in this area, they have actually done a good job. For static pictures, the pictures come out good. Yes, it's not the best. If I say the best is the Pixel 7 Pro 100, if I give it to this one, this I would rate it about 91, 92. The Samsung Galaxy S22 series would be about 95 or 96. Front facing camera, on paper it's a 16 megapixel sensor, and it does a decent job, I would say, but I feel here there is still scope of improvement in the front facing camera. I feel the dynamic range could have been better, so they need to optimize on this one. So the cameras certainly, I would say, are much better compared to earlier Motorola smartphones. But again, if you start comparing it with the flagships like the Pixel 7 Pro or even the Galaxy S22 Ultra or even the S22 Plus, yes, they do slightly better. But again, I used this smartphone for a couple of weeks, and I have also posted a lot of shots on social media while using this smartphone, and nobody complained. So that way, I would say the camera is not a deal breaker. But again, if you wanted the best goddamn camera, this is not the one. Okay, now these were the good things about this smartphone. Let's move to the cons. What do I feel about it? I have written it down, so let me have a look. Okay, the first biggest con I have with this smartphone, even in unboxing video, I did not like it. Though with the rear facing camera, the video, you can shoot even at 8K, 4K and all those resolution, but I simply did not like the video quality. The colors was oversaturated and something like that. Yes, the update, it came, I have applied the new update. The Moto Edge 30 Ultra, guys, and now this is with the rear facing camera, again in 4K, and I'm just moving around here, this slight sun. So how is it handling exposure? I'll just move back. And the important thing is that, are the colors still weird or not? That is the thing, because earlier, last month when I had tested, the video quality was very bad. It was too oversaturated colors and stuff like that. Hopefully, you guys let me know what do you feel about the video quality now after the update. Now shooting the video with the front facing camera of this Moto Edge 30 Ultra. And this is the shadowed area, and I'm just going to move in a sunny area to see how it handles abrupt exposure. And I'll just head back to the shadowed area. This is after the OT update, guys, and if you guys recall, prior to the OT update, the skin tones and everything were too much reddish with this one, and I'm shooting this at highest resolution option, that is 4K, even with the front facing camera. So you guys let me know what do you feel about the video now. I don't know, the colors still look slightly unnatural. In fact, here is a side-by-side video that I took with the Pixel 7 Pro, so you can also judge the same. So guys, now recording side-by-side, on the left we have the Moto and on the right we have the Pixel 7 Pro. And definitely, even in the preview, I noticed that the skin tones are a lot better on the Pixel. Again, still the Moto, if you notice, is having that reddish tone. Let me just move to a shadowed area like this. And again, as you can see, the color difference that we are noticing. So still I feel, in terms of video, again, quick sample, as you can see, I'm just walking around. The Pixel is definitely producing a lot more accurate colors, at least in the video. So definitely, if you shoot a lot of videos, then I will not recommend this smartphone. I hope Motorola fixes the video performance with this one. I don't know why that's an issue, because with static photographs, they are able to get the skin tones and everything right. But with video, still, I would say it's not doing that great of a job. Next thing is regarding the IP rating. Again, I didn't have a problem. I did splash some water on this one and this phone survived, as you can see. But this is again just IP52 rated, unlike most other flagships that come with IP67 or 68 rating. So again, if this falls in your pool or something, I don't know what will happen. But occasional splashes of water or something, nothing has happened. I just rinsed this, smartphone in water to check it, and nothing happened. But it's not IP68 rated. So here Motorola has done some cost cutting, I would say. Next thing is they should have, again, as it's a camera centric smartphone, yes, the main sensor is that 200 megapixel, and it's actually a pretty good one, as I've told you, the rear facing camera, and you can even zoom in. But as it's a camera centric smartphone, the third lens is actually a zoom lens, but this is just 2x zoom lens. So I'm just scratching my head. Why can't they should have actually gone with the 3x optical zoom like most of the other flagships. And 2x optical zoom does not make sense, because if you even shoot with this 200 megapixel main camera, and if you zoom in 2x or a little bit more, the picture quality is still good. So I feel it's a missed opportunity. They should have gone with the 3x optical zoom on this setup. And the next thing is we do have that Moto display on this one. So if I close it, you get this Moto display and all these things, so it shows you notifications and stuff. But one thing I noticed is that we still do not have always on option on this one, and I feel Motorola should actually give that, because we find that on almost every other Android flagship smartphone, and now even Apple has started giving that. So I hope Motorola with the next OT update or something does provide users always on option, because the battery life is fabulous. Even if they give the always on display, the battery life won't be an issue on this smartphone. The last thing that I do not like, and this I would say I have a complaint even Samsung this year with flagship, in terms of haptic feedback, I would say the haptic feedback is just okay. It's not great, I would say, and in this area I feel Motorola also needs to improve. Don't get me wrong, it's not like we don't have haptic feedback, but the haptic feedback motor quality, I would say, is very average, I have to say. It's not bad, but again, this year even Samsung's flagship and Motorola smartphone need to work on the haptics. Apart from that, I would say it's an excellent and a practical Android smartphone. The only con I have is that they're pushing it as a camera-centric smartphone. But in terms of video, if you shoot a lot of video, I don't like the video quality still on this smartphone. So guys, this was my review of the Motorola Edge 30 Ultra, and frankly I have to say still this has to be one of the top 5 Android smartphones for 2022. And again, if you're not bothered about video, if you don't shoot a lot of videos, you can certainly have a look at the same. Anyways guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.